Hi Gemini, this is your October 2018 forecast with me, Ali from HypnoYou. If you would like a private reading or hypnosis to facilitate permanent change, do use the link below. So you Gemini, you have been going through the negotiation process for a while. It's been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, stop, starts, U-turns and reversals. Now with your study, finance and career, this is about commitment. You've been putting in for a tender, you've been putting in for a job, you've been putting in for a loan to be able to move to the next level, and this has been taking its time, it's been taking its toll. So for example, if you've been going through a agency or a broker, this in between, or the bank as well, so there has been asking for this and asking for that, and the negotiations have been going back and forth. Or if this is for a property, for your business or for your home, you were going to get this one but then they pulled out, or you were going to get that one but then you didn't get the finance approved quickly, so they went with somebody else. Or that you went for this one and then you realize actually that's not the one for me, I'm going to have to reassess where I am now before I can move forward. So if this is about your finances to do with a split in your love life in the family, we have been going back and forth over the last 2 or 3 months to do with the settlement, to do with our child support and our alimony, and whether we divide up all our assets. The negotiation there has been going back and forth, back and forth. Also the responsibility of, what our day looks like, so our child's, daycare, all those kinds of things. The negotiation process with our couples, whether this be finance or whether this is our love, it has been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. For others, this is, I've hung in there and I worked really hard, and now I'm actually getting that money back. And so I'm looking about where I'm going to put that money next, so I can, leaps and bounds go even further. So, you've got to spend money to make money. For others, this is, I've been working as an intern, I've been working on the side, putting in that free work, or, very little paid work, or behind the scenes, because I wanted that commitment. I needed my foot in the door, but I really want commitment, and it has been promised to me, but I've had to really hang in there because, 2 jobs or extra hours or, whatever, shitty job, whatever it is that you've been hanging in for, behind the scenes or for free or very little money, you are going to get that commitment now. You are going to be moving forward. Now, in our home, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, this is a brand new step forward with something that you're passionate about. So this is the yes, go ahead with the mortgage. Yes, go ahead with our travel. So, for example, some of you have been, dealing with the authorities to do with a travel visa, them coming here or you going there, or you've been waiting for the funds so that you could go to reunite wherever this is, or the travel abroad. So, that foreign has actually now been processed, and now you've got the go ahead and you can go. In terms of movement, okay, so now I've had the commitment, we've been doing the negotiations, and now I can make the move, and there's quick progress to do with that. So as soon as I get the yes, we are out of here, we are on our way up. For others, this is I've met someone new and there's been quick progress in a life-changing way. For some of you, this is I got engaged and now we're having a baby, or the other way around. So there's quick progress here with this Aries, Sagittarius or Leo there as well. Now for some of you, there's been a radical idea from a family member, and they seem very determined. They seem to have the wind up them and they want to go. So we're like, okay, well, we're going to support you. We're going to go with that. For others, this is a risky idea. What are we going to do? Are we going to commit it? And so the negotiations has been trying to convince you to go with it. It is going to pay off. It's finally going to go there. With our health, we do have the King of Swords. So we're going to go back to our finances and what we're going for. For some of you, this is I've been, putting the diligent work in. I've been wanting to get part of this group, whether it's my sports or whether it's a project. And I've been behind the scenes. I've been putting in all the effort that I need to negotiate to be able to get on that. And now I see that I have the go ahead. Now I can throw myself into this. The commitment's there. I've signed on the dotted line. For others, this is about a job. I've been, back and forth, never seem to get any progress. Now I can jump through this and now I can move forward, and there might be a relocation to do with that as well. With your health, you do have the King of Swords. So this is, I have been stressed out to the limit due to what's been happening in my private life, finances, my career, or my partner, especially if there's been a split. And this has been weighing on my mind. I've been obsessing over details. I've been obsessing over, when I went and did this negotiation, did someone not put this, hide something in the fine print, hide something from the negotiations, withheld certain amounts of assets or withheld certain amounts of interest that was going to be accrued. So that actually needs to be shared out or part of the deal, but we didn't actually have those details in there. Is there something being creamed off the top? Where has there been some sort of shady business? And so I've been, searching those details. I've been obsessing over the numbers. I've been obsessing about the truth and, fine pointing. And I've been having this stress and this anxiety and headaches and maybe even seizures, sleepless nights for some of you. And so this month I'm going to have a break from that. I'm really going to feel like I've got my second win. For others, this is, look, I got some news that said I needed to have an operation. And I was a bit stressed by that. And my instincts are telling me I need a second opinion. For others, this is, I've had that second opinion and now I am going to have that operation, or I am going to have to go forth with that health treatment. For others, this is, I'm going to take the risk and I'm going to, so for example, I have an illness that, is lifelong. There is no help there with that. So it's just something I'm going to live with through the day, through my day and through the rest of my life, because there is nothing medical that they can try. And then you get the news that you can take part in this trial, or that there is a risky, drug that's just been approved or hasn't quite been approved, but you're going to go through that process. So there's that second chance there because you've got fresh air breathed into that which you thought was dead and gone. For others, this was, I had to wait for a date, or I had to wait for the go ahead, and this is, we've just had that now, and now we can go forward for that operation. Now, for some of you, we've put a lot of money into our children, into IVF or getting pregnant, and now we're going to get the go-ahead that everything's worked out fine. But there is going to be some sort of, so this might be the second process, the second cycle for that. Okay, so with our love, we do have the Three of Pentacles. This is, we have put our money and our practical efforts into negotiating, if this is about a split, so, divorce, finances, childcare, child support. So we've been discussing that. We've been putting practical, tangible steps in there. We have a mediator, and we now finally, that back and forth process, we are now finding that we're getting successful in that, and that things are now moving forward, and that, things aren't as bad as what they seemed. For others, this is, we are putting that practical, tangible step into our relationship. We've decided we are going to work on this. We are committed to each other, and so now we're going to have couples counselling. We are going to have a mediator. We are going to have this, conversation where we, stop and listen to the other, and not be afraid to bring that words up, to have that conversation, because this is where you're going to get that success. Now, for others, this is something to do with our family life is now an issue. So if it's one family member is telling one partner, this is creating a issue. Now, it could be a lie as well. It could be that this, this person said to this person, oh, blah, 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 behind your back. And this has now caused an issue in the couple. And then you sit down and discuss it. Maybe you heard it wrong, or this person said it and it's a lie, and your knee-jerk reaction was, well, that's it, I'm leaving, or that's it, we're over, or the silent treatment, or whatever. But when you have that conversation, you sit down and talk to each other one-on-one, you'll find out that it's actually someone stirring the pot. It's actually not an issue between you two. For others, this is that there has been that there is an outside source which is ruining or stopping the success between you two. Oh, that the benefits are that these people want you to split. Somehow it benefits them. Maybe they just don't like your partner. But with your hard work, practical, tangible steps, putting in and deciding, is this valuable for me? this is where you have that success. Now, for others, this is, we've been negotiating a good deal with our house to sell it for our retirement. We've been putting in a really good negotiations to up or downsize with our house. We're putting money in for our future together. Now, Grace and Antoinette is talking about that conversation, honest communication. Sit down, listen, and maybe having a couples counselor, maybe having a mediator. And this is where you have that empathy and that compassion. We're able to sort this out, as well as the negotiations through any kind of contract or law. Melina's saying that, like I said, if there's going to be a second opinion, you will have that, and you're going to find that you're very happy with those results. So, if IVF didn't think you were going to, you had to go for the second opinion. And they said, yeah, no problem. Same with this life illness. There wasn't going to have anything. So now you've taken the risk and you are. For others, this is wherever that negotiation, that back and forth's been going, even if this is the family, the split, the divorce, and the child support, or whatever it is that's been going there, you have had issues in more than 2 areas of your life. So you've been spread thinly. And everybody wants a piece of you at the moment. Patience is saying that you're working on the end of the cycle. So where you've been putting in that diligent energy, you're finally seeing the results. So be kind to you and those you love, and I shall see you next month.